Scott Stalker here. I often talk about personal development and how you can increase your opportunities, but I don't give you the step-by-step very often. And so today, what I want to do is give you the 12 and 12. What is that? Over the next 12 months, if you follow these 12 steps, I guarantee you're going to increase your network and you're going to increase the opportunities you have for employment, for consulting services, for your business, friends, you name it, whatever you're trying to increase. Follow these 12 steps on LinkedIn and I guarantee you increase your opportunities, all right? So let's get started here as we talk about personal development and how you can grow your network. First things, month 1 through 3, several things we got to do. First and foremost, let's look at our profile on LinkedIn. We've got to optimize that profile. What are we looking for? Well, make sure it's compelling, make sure it's accurate, and regardless of what folks tell you, I'll tell you, you need to have a professional photo out there, something that represents you. So if you're an artist, have something that's it's a picture of you, but it's artistic. If you're a businessman or a businesswoman, have something that represents what that looks like, whether that's a suit or something that looks professional, something that shows that you're happy, something that shows that people would want to do business with you, that you're engaging. Because if you're like this, unless you're trying to grow your network as a cage fighter, a boxer, a professional wrestler or something, that's likely not going to draw a lot of positive attention. So have a warm photo on there, something professional. And you can pay to have that done. You can certainly meet with folks that do this professionally, or you can do it yourself with your iPhone, with your cell phone, and have it done. I had mine professionally done, but you can get one just as well with your iPhone out there as well. Make sure you have a well-written summary. When people go on your LinkedIn profile, they need to understand who you are and what you do. You don't need to list everything, but have a well-written summary on there so they have an idea of what you can do. What problems do you solve? What are you selling? What are you trying to convey to the audience? If you're a consultant, list the things that you've done in the consulting world. If you're a professional speaker, maybe a few links to some videos of where you've professionally had speaking engagements before. But whatever the case may be, maybe you're still a veteran, you're still on active duty. List some things you've done on active duty. You're an intelligence specialist, you're infantry, whatever the case may be, so that we have an idea of who you are. List your skills, your experiences, and your goals. Your goals are important because then we know what you're trying to achieve. And when we're connecting with you, we say, okay, I see that Sally or Joe is trying to go here. I'm interested in that as well. I'll connect with that. So that's step number 1, optimize your profile. Number 2, you just started, right? So you want to connect with colleagues and contacts that you already have. Get on there on LinkedIn. You can usually do a search via your email contacts and find people you already know. And boom, step number 2 right there is just build out the connections you already have. So people know this is really you and you already know these people as well. And you can kind of get a sense on how they use their LinkedIn. Everyone does it a little differently. Some people just are on there to watch. Some folks like me are more proactive every single day at a specific time, sharing a post and engaging with their network. So connecting with them. Personalize your connection requests. You want to make sure that when you're sending out connection requests, personalize it, especially as you just get started, because there's a lot of fakes out there and they may not know if this is really you or not. When I get senior officers or senior people in the business world, I often will reach out to them and say, hey, is this you? Or I'll look at their profile and make sure I can verify that that's actually them, just in case. Because for those that are senior in this business, unfortunately, there are a lot of fakes and a lot of social media companies, especially like the Facebooks and whatever, they don't take it serious. So they leave them up there and it's hard to differentiate who's real and who's a fraud. And so send those personalized connection requests. Maybe, hey, remember that time we went to the beach, knowing that you never went to the beach. And if they respond, yeah, I do remember, it's a fake. All right. So that's just an easy one there. So number 2 is connect with colleagues and contacts you already have. Number 3, join relevant groups, all right? If you're into consulting, you may not need to join Auto Hobby Shop group. Auto Hobby Shop group is an excellent group, but you want to join relevant groups based on what you're interested in achieving and becoming. And this isn't so much of what you're doing today, it's where do you want to go? What are you interested in becoming? Do you want to get into business? Do you want to get into finance? Do you want to get into government contracting work? Whatever the case may be, join those relevant groups so that you're a part of that conversation. Again, you're building your network. You want to be a part of this conversation. It's very important to be in those relevant groups. And then when you're there, engage in discussions. Make sure you share insights and connect with group members. You need to engage there so that they see that you're a part of this conversation. And it could be a thank you comment. It could be a little bit more detailed. It could be a professional disagreement. Hey, I see it this way. What do you think about my opinion on that? Whatever the case may be, always keeping it professional. Stay out of politics, certainly, but unless you're going into politics, but make sure you're engaging on there. All right. So step 3 is joining those relevant groups. And that's your first 3 months that you're on LinkedIn. Start doing that. You can certainly do more of some of the things I'm going to talk about, but the first 3 months, make sure you focus on those 3 things. Months 4 through 6, this is when you want to start stepping it up a little bit more on your profile on LinkedIn and start really, really expanding your network. First thing you're going to do, start attending virtual events. There are a lot of virtual events that are out there. Attend virtual events that are relevant to the things you are interested in. And as you're part of those relevant ones, maybe share a post, the fact that you're attending that. Maybe you can do a summary post on that virtual event, whatever the case may be. But try to attend several of those as much as you can, as much as you have time for. So if you're on the East Coast, maybe you're looking at those that are on the West Coast, so the time zone fits your schedule. But however they fit your schedule, try to attend as many of these virtual ones as you can. You want to engage with the speakers and attendees and follow up with connection requests afterward. They put a lot of effort to putting in a virtual event. Reach out to them, thank them after that event, send them a thank you note. And then if you have any other people that were on there as well, reach out to them and say, hey, I really enjoyed your comment, or I saw that you were attending this event. I'd love to connect with you and have a conversation later, whatever the case may be. But that's how you're going to build and expand your network. Number 5, share valuable content. I don't know if there's anything more important than this one, but you want to share valuable content. You want to stay away from a few things, right? You want to stay away from politics at all costs, unless, again, that's your small little area, then that's fine. But for the most part, staying out of politics, and you want to make sure that all of your conversations are professional. Here's the deal. Anything you like, anything you comment on, your network will see it. So if they see that you're commenting on all these silly little posts out there, or you're arguing back and forth, your professional reputation is going to be harmed by doing that. So make sure you're sharing valuable content with your connections and building your professional reputation out there. Add your perspective and encourage discussions on there. At the end of your post, say, hey, what do you all think? What are your thoughts on this? And here's the deal. The first several months you start doing this, you may get 1 or 2 likes, you may get 1 or 2 comments. It may take a long time to get there. Don't worry about that. It's more about consistency and building your brand than having a large quantity of numbers. Trust me on this. You want to have just a few people that are interested in you than a lot of people that are interested in you that have no idea what you're trying to sell or what you're trying to do. So just stay consistent on this. Slowly over time, you'll get there. So number 5 is sharing valuable content. Number 6, engage with others. No brainer, right? But if you want to grow your network, when you see people posting out there about things you are interested in, maybe it's a veteran issue, comment on there, like what they have to say, maybe even share that post in some of your other platforms to grow your network. But at the very least, like and comment some way, because anytime you do that, not only do you engage with that the author of that post, but your entire network sees it as well. And it's like a snowball effect. Slowly over time, you start building and building a more powerful and stronger network focused on the areas you're interested in. Engage with influencers and thought leaders in your industry to expand your reach. So if you are interested in military issues, let's just take that as an example. We'll take cyberspace. You type in military and cyberspace, you see the individuals who have the largest followings on there, and every once in a while comment and like on some of their posts that you do like. And the thing that's going to happen with that is all of that individual's followers are going to see that as well. All right. And that's going to continue to grow your network. So that's a big one. Sharing valuable content. And then number 6, again, engaging with others. Super important. All right, so now let's go down to month 7 and 9 on this journey. Month 7 and 9, this is where you started to build that professional reputation. It's more than just the folks you knew prior to going into LinkedIn. It's now you have several hundred, if not thousands of followers on there that you've built. And now we're getting into month 7 and 9 here. Number 7 is scheduling coffee chats. Start to reach out to your network and say, hey, can I get 15 minutes of your time virtually? Have a virtual cup of coffee, and as you're getting closer to opportunities for employment, if you're interested, having informational interviews as well. Reach out to folks, send a personal note, be flexible in your time because you're asking for their time, and more often than not, people will find time to get 15 minutes with you. It may take a little bit, but slowly do that, okay? So number 7 is schedule coffee chats. I recommend you do them virtually. It's much easier on not only you, but more importantly on the person that you're trying to get 15 minutes of their time, maybe 30 minutes of their time. All right, number 8, This one's important. This one is one you're going to want to do even after this 12 months is over, consistently doing this. And this is offering help and support. It's very easy to go on social media, on LinkedIn, and say, I need a job. You're rarely going to find people get a job that way. But if over time you've built a professional reputation and a brand as someone who is out there helping others, never asking for anything, especially when you really need it, never asking for anything, you're going to have a great reputation. And more often than not, that's going to lead to opportunities. And I have found that the more I offer others help and support without ever asking for anything in return, I usually get 2 to 3 offers after that. Hey, Scott, I saw you're doing X, Y, and Z. We'd love to have you consult over here. And that's how I've done that. And it's helped out tremendously. And I've talked to a lot of senior leaders and they do the same thing. So consider offering support, commenting on people's posts, saying, hey, that's really good. I'd love to help you out. You see a service member getting out of the service. Hey, I'd love to offer you some thoughts on what to do next. Here's how I've done it. Whatever the case may be. But offering support is a better way of growing your network than requesting help. Trust me on that. Be proactive in offering your assistance. It is something that you can't just wait for it. If you see people that need some help or need some advice and they're posting it on there, they're asking for your support and help. Go ahead and share your thoughts on that. All right, so number 8 is offering help and support. Let's move on down to number 9. This is an area I don't do very well in. For some reason, I feel a little bit odd doing this. And maybe because of some of the senior positions I fell into, I don't have to do this as much. However, I'm somewhat talking to myself here and looking in the mirror when I say this, but this number 9 is important. I've done this for many folks that have asked me to do it, and I'm sure if I asked others, they would do it as well. Requesting recommendations. Right? So on LinkedIn, you can go on there and request a recommendation. You can ghostwrite it for people. So, hey, Sally did an excellent job in this department. I highly recommend her for a promotion or whatever the case may be. And you can put that out there. And in some ways, it adds on and it benefits your resume. It really grows out your LinkedIn profile. So not only are you posting things and you're saying you're good at it, but now other people are doing it as well. Request those as best you can and see who can vouch for your skills and your expertise, and anything they can put in there that's relevant to what you're trying to achieve. That's most important, right? So you don't necessarily need people vouching for skills and things if you're not interested in doing that in the future. As an example, I served 31 years in the Marine Corps as an intelligence analyst, and I was doing a lot of analytical work. I'm never in my life going to do that type of work again. I love national security and I love the intelligence field, but I'm not going to be an analyst again. If someone wrote a recommendation on me for that, I wouldn't accept it. I would just politely decline it so that it doesn't go in there so people don't see it and say, wow, we're looking for an analyst. Scott can do that job. Right? I don't want to confuse the recruiters or the headhunters that are out there. So number 9, requesting recommendations. Let's move on now to the final 12. So now you're in month 10 through 12. This is really where you start to nurture your network and to grow out and to expand. And now you're really, really feeling yourself here on LinkedIn and you have an idea. All right, so number 10, celebrate milestones. You could do this month 1, you can do this month 10. I'm doing this in chronological order. This is when you have a little bit more of a following. And so now that you have a bigger following, you celebrate milestones. Simple, right? You see a friend that gets a promotion, an award, anniversary, any other milestone, maybe even a birthday. If they share it, not a lot of people share their birthday on LinkedIn, that's fine. But go out there either publicly or privately and celebrate them. Make sure you say, hey, congratulations on that milestone. That was really awesome. Send something positive to them, maybe even something a little bit unique that's relevant to you two. That shows a little bit more of a personal touch. All right, but celebrating those milestones shows everyone, again, back to that nice photo where you're smiling, but also shows, hey, this is a really good guy or gal. And I like to work with this person because they are a great teammate, all right? And you're reinforcing that idea through all of your posts there on LinkedIn. Number 11, you probably were already doing this. And if you weren't, let's bring this, not only is this number 11, but this could be number 1 as well. But create and share content. Consider creating your own content on LinkedIn, such as your own articles, your own videos like we're doing here, or thought leadership pieces. So start putting your own things out there, original content, original ideas, become your own thought leader on a subject that you're exceptional in. And people will start to come to you and say, wow, Smith knows a lot about artificial intelligence. Jones knows an awful lot about cybersecurity. Whatever the case is that you're interested in, Stick to the areas you like. Start putting original content out there. And here's the deal. When you're not around, when people say your name, what are they thinking about? And they're probably thinking about the things that you share on LinkedIn because they're not with you all the time. All right, so sharing original content that you created is critical, is important. And that's why I put this towards the end, because now you got a bigger following, you've gotten a little bit better at this. You can start doing a video, one a week, whatever the case may be. You can write your own article, something like that. Or you can take an article that's out there, screen capture it, use it as an image, and write your thoughts on that article, all right? And you wanna do that because in LinkedIn, you get rewarded for original content. When you start sharing other articles that take people off of the LinkedIn platform, it doesn't reward them as much and people don't see it. And that's part of the algorithm. We won't get into that today, but that's basically the algorithm there, taking you back on LinkedIn and not showing you things that's going to take you off of LinkedIn. And finally, number 12, this is what you want to do in life, in everything, right? Is to reflect and refine. Look at the things you're doing well, look at the things you're not doing well, reflect on that and see how you can do better. Now, here's where it's really important to understand this. Not all data is the same, meaning I've had posts out there get several thousand engagements and likes. I've had posts out there that get 25 or 30 likes. Sometimes those posts with just a few likes for me have been far more beneficial because I've had business leaders say, hey, I saw you put something out there about artificial intelligence. I'm looking for someone to help me consult there. And so while the majority of my network may not be interested in that post, that's okay. What I'm trying to do is expand my brand and increase my opportunities. All right, I'm not on LinkedIn just to get a bunch of followers. I'm trying to increase opportunities. And so that's why I'm on there. You need to know why you're on there. Refine everything you do, reflect on what you've done, and improve. Now, let me add a couple more things on here for those of you that may be veterans or interested in it. I think you know, but as you get ready to transition and you're a veteran, you get 1 year free of LinkedIn Premium. Time that right. Meaning, don't get that 1 year the same day you're getting out of the armed forces, because now you may have lost the opportunity to have that free year of premium to network and to send messages and to engage. So think about when you're going to get your LinkedIn Premium free and then build on that and use it as you can, because once that year's over, you lose it. Trust me, I don't have LinkedIn Premium anymore and I'm not going to pay for it. My recommendation is at least 3 posts a day. If you want to post every day like I do, that's fine, but you don't want to post more than once a day. For whatever reason, when you do that, oftentimes that post is not visible and it kind of gets buried. So I have found for me, and I haven't done a deep dive on the algorithm, no more than 1 a day, and try to get at least 3 posts per week. That way people consistently see you, and that consistent factor, they start thinking of Smith. Oh yeah, Smith talks about this. I look forward to seeing their posts. And while you're not posting every day, if you can, try to at least comment and like on 5 other posts, if not more. Like, obviously, the ones that you are. All right, everyone, that's a little bit. That's my 12 on 12 for LinkedIn. I think if you follow those ideas that I laid out and put out there for you, they'll be very helpful. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Maybe you have a couple more you want to add. Maybe you'd say, hey, number 8, that's not a good idea. Number 6, dive into that a little bit more. I appreciate you following on LinkedIn and on YouTube. Thanks for everything you do. God bless.